assure you that I will maintain focus because I had been deliberate in my decision to get involved in partisan politics.
President Buhari poised to strengthen critical institutions to put Nigeria on a solid economic base.
Once you conduct the national elections, you take stock and review so that processes and procedures are strengthened.
Following hitches recorded last Saturday's elections, INEC chairman meets resident electoral commissioners in Abuja to devise ways to prevent a repeat in the forthcoming state elections. World leaders, groups and associations congratulate President Buhari on his re-election. They urge the candidate of the opposition party, Atiku Abubakar, to concede defeat and join in the national effort to build Nigeria. And former Air Vice Marshal sentenced to 7 years imprisonment for receiving kickback. Hello, good evening and welcome to NTA Network News. I'm Joseph Johnson in Abuja. Also reading with me tonight is Ruth Ario Samuel from our Lagos Network Center and Kemi Akiwande in Ibadan. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to do everything within his powers towards the strengthening of critical institutions of government as a deliberate attempt to put Nigeria on a solid economic base for a sustainable future. The president stated this while hosting a victory dinner for the young volunteers who manned the Situation Room of the APC presidential campaign headquarters. State House correspondent Adam Sambo reports.
The young volunteers drawn from across Nigeria worked day and night throughout the elections period, giving out their time, energy and intellect in monitoring and effectively putting the opposition on the defense. Most importantly, the youngsters defended President Muhammadu Buhari's votes and ensured that they are properly counted and declared. This event is therefore put together by the Nigerian leader to formally appreciate their immense contributions to his victory at the polls. The president described their voluntary initiative as an impressive national sacrifice aimed at ensuring credible elections, national unity, and sustainable future for themselves and the country.
I assure you that I will maintain focus because I had been deliberate in my decision to get involved in partisan politics. There's a lot to be done, especially in our law enforcement agencies, the police and the judiciary. Nigerians need to be respected. And I hope I will make impact by the next 4 years to make sure that the institutions are strengthened democratically so that Nigerians can live and be happy in their own country. My aim is to put this country on a solid political base.
The young volunteers were led to the State House by the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, who heads the Directorate of Elections Planning and Monitoring of the APC Campaign Council, under which the Situation Room operated.
And it is important for me to also point out to you that during this campaign, everything that was an issue by the opposition, we checked and rechecked. We researched, we polled, and we monitored. And one of the issues they made in the campaign was that the country was disunited. The votes have proven it. But our polls also proved that they were wrong. This country is not disunited. So contrary to weaponizing disunity, majority of Nigerians are united about their national identity. And what we need to work on is the remaining number to build a united Nigeria.
Mr. President, we are so excited that this night we will have the right words. But just to join you to appreciate these young men and women who believe in you, but much more importantly, who believe in Nigeria. So, Mr. President, I feel fulfilled to say that, short as I am, I produced the tallest president in Nigeria history. Congratulations.
And still basking in the euphoria of the election's victory, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Bosgida Mustafa, confirmed that the governing APC is not in any way perturbed over plans by the PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar to challenge the election's results in court.
The process was open, it was transparent, it was a credible election, and we would continue to salvo in the victory, but in the process too, we would extend the hands of friendship for the purposes of nation building and reconciliation.
What we as a government and as a people should do is to ensure that we speak less and work more to bring about unity and integration of those who have lost. The real winner in this election are the Nigerian voters.
Senator Ita Enang urged members of the opposition to be measured in their statements, reactions and decisions. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Now, following some hitches experienced in last Saturday's election, Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, engaged with resident electoral commissioners in Abuja. Now, Mayor Ogede reports that the INEC boss insisted that the hitches would not be repeated in the state elections, as those in charge of election administration are meeting to review areas of lapses.
The past few days, no doubt, were hectic for INEC officials, burning the midnight candle to succeed. Thankfully, the national elections are over. However, leaving in its wake critical issues on the non-use of card readers in some polling units and violence recorded. As these challenges still fresh in the minds of many, few days from now, that is precisely on the 9th of March 2019, the governorship, state houses of assembly and the federal capital territory elections will hold. And Professor Mahmood Yakubu, the man at the center of it all, bring together the resident electoral commissioners across the country to carry out a post-mortem of some sort and review strategies for better outing.
Once you conduct the national elections, you take stock and review so that processes and procedures are strengthened, learning from the experience of previous elections before we go into the state elections.
After March 9, lying ahead of INEC are 7 off-season governorship elections, and the lessons from the general elections will shape INEC for more acceptable outing, beginning from the end of this year. Mayor Ogede, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress has commended Nigerians for re-electing President Muhammadu Buhari, whose victory the party believe is in the best interest of the citizenry. The party's national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole, at a press conference in Abuja, described the planned court action by the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar as a step that negates the peace accord signed by all presidential candidates before the election. Salihu Abdullahi reports.
Nigerians, particularly fans and supporters of the APC and President Muhammadu Buhari, are still in the mood of celebration after the declaration of the president as winner of the February 23rd polls. This is as the nation also prepares for the governorship and state assembly elections. Comrade Adams Oshiomhole says the results of the first phase of the 2019 elections indicates that Nigerians have resolved to take ownership of democracy by electing genuine leaders of their choice.
The essence of the collective effort that have been made and the intervention of all those I can describe as genuine friends of Nigeria has been to try to improve the electoral process so that rigging can be eliminated or at least reduced to tolerable level.
He said President Buhari's administration is committed to moving its policies of fighting corruption, boosting the economy, and providing security as hallmark of good governance.
We need genuine investors who have faith in our country and who have long-term interests in our country. We want people who will invest in reproduction, who will invest in labor-intensive industry, not those who will play on our financial system and play on our foreign exchange regime.
He urged Nigerians to support the party and its candidates at the forthcoming governorship and state assembly elections. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Similarly, various individuals, associations and social cultural groups have continued to caution the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar to accept defeat and join in the national effort to build Nigeria. Ogwa Vivian Oyedibia puts together this report.
The Arewa Consultative Forum has called on Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to demonstrate good sportsmanship and, as a committed Democrat, accept defeat and congratulate the President-elect Muhammadu Buhari. The ACF said such will be in the overall interest of Nigeria and place him among global Democrats. Similarly, former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Olisa Abakoba, in a statement by his media assistant, urged the PDP candidate not to approach the election tribunal, even though the PDP is aggrieved about the outcome of the election. He hinged his advice on the fact that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is in a strong position to take up the mantle of a statesman. He asked the candidate not to lose sight of the legacy and greatness that lie in front of him. In the same vein, the Buhari Media Organization has asked Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to accept defeat, referring him to the positions of different local and international observers who described the just concluded elections as the most democratic in the nation's history. The group in a statement said Atiku is twisting facts in a bid to discredit the outcome of the elections, adjudged free, fair and acceptable. It said the voter turnout on election day in Yobe and Borno states was indication of the new lease of life, unlike in 2015. In the meantime, Yaga Africa, a civil society organization, said in a statement that the election results as announced by INEC are in line with its parallel vote tabulation estimated range. It said Yaga estimated between 50.0% and 55.8% of votes for the APC and between 41.2% and 47.0% for the PDP, making the INEC final figures fall within its PVT estimated ranges.
Ogwa Vivian Yedibia reporting there. In another development, the leadership of the Petroleum Tanker Drivers (PTD) has urged the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, to accept the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari as president for the next 4 years. National Chairman of PTD, Otumba Salmon Oladiti, told NTA News in Abuja that the call is born out of the peaceful and orderly conduct of the presidential and National Assembly elections, which he said is in the mandate of the people. Lydia Sampson has the report.
The Petroleum Tanker Drivers Association is urging the People's Democratic Party to take advantage of President Buhari's pledge to run an inclusive government to tow the path of peace. While congratulating President Muhammadu Buhari, the union also called for more infrastructure development as witnessed by Nigerians during his first tenure.
We also are committed to the indivisibility of the country and disassociate ourselves from plans and orchestration to be used as cover for violence or mass action. We congratulate our President and Commander-in-Chief.
Oladiti urged Nigerians to be patriotic and do all it takes to keep Nigeria peaceful, reiterating that it is the only country citizens can boast of.
The PTD hereby call on the presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, to accept the result and accept the election of Muhammadu Buhari as the president of Nigeria.
They condemned the alleged call for a parallel government as well as the mobilization of opposition for disobedience to constituted authority. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has continued to receive congratulatory messages from world leaders on his re-election. Details with Musa Babaliu.
King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari on his re-election for this new presidential term. In a telephone conversation with President Buhari on Thursday, the custodian of the two holy mosques wished the Nigerian president success and good health in his second term in office. Also, the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, sent a message of congratulations to President Buhari on his re-election, wishing the Nigerian president success and the Nigerian people further development and progress. Russia expressed the hope that the Nigerian president's second term in office would be associated with further enhancements of bilateral cooperation and closer contacts between the two countries. United Kingdom also identified with President Buhari for securing a second term as the Nigerian president. French Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs, in its congratulatory message, said France will continue to stand by Nigeria and to provide its full support for the implementation of the country's priorities, especially economic diversification, job creation, counter-terrorism, and the fight against corruption. President Buhari has also congratulated President Macky Sall of Senegal on his re-election for the second term. The president commends the people of Senegal on the successful and peaceful conduct of the presidential election, noting that the scenario of successful elections in West African countries is a sign of hope that democracy has come to stay in the sub-region. Musa Baba Ali, NTA News.
And in Enugu, the Secretary General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Uche Okuku, has joined other prominent Nigerians in congratulating President Muhammadu Buhari on his well-deserved victory at the February 23rd presidential election. Jude Abugu reports that the Secretary General gave the congratulatory message on behalf of the entire Igbo race.
In his congratulatory message to the President, the Secretary General restated the position of the group before the election that President Muhammadu Buhari deserves a second term, going by his numerous projects and programs across the country, some of which include the reconstruction of sections of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, and the Zix Mausoleum in honor of Nnamdi Azikiwe.
His victory, as expressed by the majority of votes cast, has clearly shown that the president has been on the right course in the last 4 years.
He expressed joy that the president got more votes in the Southeast in the election than what he recorded in 2015. He called on the opposition politicians to accept the outcome of the election, which he said is the will of the people. The Saturday's presidential election, through which the president re-emerged the winner, was described as peaceful, free, fair, and credible by both local and international observers. In Enugu, Jude Abugu, NTA News.
Now, the Kungiyang Data Wang Arewa Initiative, a pan-regional association in the north, describes as heartwarming President Muhammadu Buhari's recent victory at the polls. The association, rising from a meeting in Abuja, was quick to note that the elections adjudged generally to be fair, free and peaceful was no doubt a significant milestone in Nigeria's democratic journey that began in 1999. A press statement jointly signed by Major General Paul Tafa, retired, and one-time Nigeria's Minister of Agriculture, Sani Zangun Dawara, notes with satisfaction the conduct of the exercise that cuts across all divides, which further demonstrates the acceptability of the president's style of leadership. While congratulating the closest opposition party for the fighting spirit displayed, the association calls on all stakeholders in the Nigeria project to accept in good faith the outcome of the elections in the overall interest of the country. The association also enjoins President Muhammadu Buhari to remain focused on and resolute in his determination to uplift the nation to the next level of achievement. Now, Nigerians should expect massive infrastructural development, improvement on living standard and a viable, strong institutions in the next 4 years. Speaking on NTA's Nigeria Decides, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Diaspora, Abike Dabiri Erewa, and the Deputy National Chairman, APC, Lawal Shuaibu, said, besides consolidating on the fight against corruption and insecurity, the Buhari's administration will focus more on the economy.
Focus a lot on the next level on the economy. Because if you're able to tackle corruption, tackle insecurity, you focus on the economy. So, and the president has said it times without number, the economy is key.
He has not yet finished the job. And he feels within the next 4 years, the job, he will perform wonderfully, appreciable, he will get to an appreciable level, now comfortable to do business with the international community, particularly in areas of economy and anti-corruption.
They stated that the next level document is an intellectual package that will bring smiles on the faces of Nigerians. So talking about the economy, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed says building a strong, secured, economically buoyant and corrupt-free society is the responsibility of all Nigerians. The minister stated this at a meeting with management staff of the ministry in Abuja. Anthony Forson reports.
Stressing the point that building an egalitarian society is feasible but will require the contribution of all, the minister was quick to note that the successes achieved so far by the President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration is a manifestation of the support and contribution of well-meaning Nigerians.
I want to implore you to continue to support this administration. The effort put in by each and every one of us goes a long way in making the country a better place.
The minister pointed out that the fight against corruption, the stability in combating insecurity, and deliberate policies put in place to grow the economy alongside its social intervention programs have yielded results. With over 2 trillion naira spent so far on infrastructure alone, the ease of doing business is equally gaining popularity, just as the policy on visa on arrival has also placed Nigeria on a high ranking among the Committee of Nations.
Treasury single account, TSA, whistleblower policy, etc. Of course, huge amounts of money as well as property are being recovered from looters.
On food security,
especially in staples such as rice, yam, and cassava. In 2014, we imported 1.2 million metric tons of rice from Thailand alone. Last year, we imported only 20,000 metric tons. We have grown the number of our rice farmers from 5 million to almost 12 million.
Sir, your victory has added so much to the entire victory, overall victory of Mr. President. And so we are very proud of you for that.
In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Well, do stay with us here in NTA Network News. We pause for some messages. We are back in just a moment.
Inner strength? Yeah, that comes from the hard knocks that life throws at us. And we Nigerians, we know all about that. We don't stay down, we get up and fight. Sure, it's about speed, technique, quality of the punches, reach. But the real fight is with myself.
It's the power, but it's the speed as well.
But I can't carry this heavyweight title by myself. There's always got to be someone in my corner. And that's why I believe in Glow. We have that same tenacity, that Nigerian fighting spirit that makes us game changers. You have to dig deep to be a world champion. Yeah, we Nigerians, yeah, we know all about that.
What a fight!
Glow, our halo.
Heavyweight champion of the world!
The grassroots mobilizers for Buhari, GMB, wishes to felicitate with President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the entire Nigerian populace for a well-deserved victory and successful 2019 presidential elections. The victory of Mr. President is a testament of his unwavering popularity among Nigerians and his achievements so far. This victory is an opportunity for the consolidation of the successes recorded so far in the fight against corruption, improvement of our national security, economic recovery and growth in the railway, road infrastructures, education, health, and other key sectors of the nation's economy. We enjoin all Nigerians, irrespective of their creed and political affiliations, to support and cooperate with this administration and its efforts in improving the quality of life of the citizenry. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ambassador Dr. Fatima Mohammed Goni, National Chairman, Grassroots Mobilizers for Buhari, GMB, announcer.
The Office of the Director General of Lalong Tioden Campaign Organization warmly invites all to the fundraising dinner of the re-election of Right Honorable Simon Bako Lalong as Governor and Professor Sonny G. Tioden as Deputy Governor of Plateau State. Date 2nd March 2019. Time 7 p.m. Venue Zumji Center,
Sabon Bariki,
Bukuru Jos Expressway. Chairman
Dakas,
CJ Dakas. Chief Host, Honorable Latif Dabang, APC Chairman, Plateau State.
Architect Pam Donggyang, Announcer.
We voted, we supported, and so we moved to the next level. On behalf of the people of Kebbi State, under the leadership of our humble governor, Senator Atiku Bagudu, we congratulate Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari for winning the 2019 presidential election. We are already at the next level. Let's join hands together for a better Nigeria. Long live Muhammadu Buhari, long live Kebbi State, long live Nigeria. Alhaji Sani Dododo Tambarin Gwandu, Chairman, Information and Publicity Buhari Atiku Campaign Organization, announcer.
So, how do I look, guys?
Aha!
What?
I see what's wrong. The wall doesn't match your elegance.
Then we must do something about it right away.
At Royal Ceramics, we offer you a wide range of beautiful wall and floor tiles designed specially to fit your lifestyle.
So, what do you guys think?
Thank goodness we changed to Royal Ceramic tiles, like mother, like daughter.
Royal Ceramics, finish in style.
The National Union of Road Transport Workers heartily congratulates His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari on his re-election as President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. The union also prays Allah to give the President the wisdom to steer the leadership of Nigeria in the right direction. Congratulations, Mr. President. Alhaji Najim Yassin, Makaman Gusau and President, National Union of Road Transport Workers, announcer.
There's a perfect bliss and comfort that comes with nature. Ilaji Stadium and Resort Center is established to provide a unique experience to the lovers of nature and luxury. Situated in the serene town of Akoro, Oyo State, Nigeria, Ilaji Stadium and Resort Center is filled with modern architectural structures that create an ambience of class and bliss. Our suites are designed with private veranda so you can enjoy the sights and sounds of recreational animals and natural vegetation. Our conference center and halls are designed and equipped with facilities that will give your events a sense of splendor. Take a trip with your family to Ilaji Stadium and Resort Center and enjoy the fulfillment that comes with our children's garden, stadium, fitness center, swimming pool, bars, and other facilities. Visit our website www.ilajistadiumandresortcenter.com. Ilaji Stadium and Resort Center, offering a perfect ambience of class and bliss.
The Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria hereby appreciates the contribution of Nigerian farmers towards the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari. RIFAN specifically thank its members across the country for their participation in the re-election process. RIFAN believes that President Buhari's victory is a victory for food security and sufficiency, poverty eradication and job creation. Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria says congratulations, Mr. President. Congratulations, rice farmers. Congratulations to Nigerians. This message is from Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, signed by its national president, Alhaji Aminu Goronyo.
My name na Dumo Lulu Briggs and I be Rivers speaking. Make una vote for me for this election of 2019. When I become una governor, na steady progress I go bring. Life go be jolly jolly and peace go dey brekete for everywhere. Our man go run Rivers State like say na him person or something. Only big talk and failure we dey see since 2015. But when I become una governor, our people go live like it. My people wipe una eye. No worry, God, if they do more, they come. So vote for Dumo Lulu Briggs. Rivers people make una vote una song. Chief Barrister Dumo Lulu Briggs. God, if they do more, they come. I say vote for Dumo Lulu Briggs. Rivers people make una vote una song. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. God, if they do more, they come.
Vote Dumo Lulu Briggs. Vote Accord. Oneness and progress.
Thanks for staying with the NTA. As the civil society continues to report findings on the recently concluded presidential election, a non-governmental organization, Connected Development, is recommending complete autonomy for INEC and decentralization of the Commission's operations as a way of enhancing the electoral process. Victor Azu reports.
Having worked as an accredited observer of the recent presidential and National Assembly elections, Connected Development, a non-governmental organization, calls for a media briefing to share lessons learned in the field. As they settle down for talks, Chief Executive Officer Hamzat Lawal says analysis of report findings from its technological observation platform, UserBay, suggests that INEC should find a way to accommodate Nigerians in diaspora in the voting process in view of their contributions to national development.
INEC must introduce reform that allows for Nigerians in the diaspora to vote candidate of their choice, noting that Nigeria enjoys $20 billion annually from people living in diaspora.
He adds that the Commission will do well to decentralize its operations in order to increase confidence in the electoral process.
We want to see an INEC that is decentralized, because if we have every rep take charge of their state, and we have regulatory and framework in the Constitution that would checkmate their administering of their duty, then probably we would not have future challenge of logistics.
Hamzat Lawal advises political parties to embark on massive sensitization of their agents and supporters ahead of the next round of elections to reduce the number of rejected votes. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Let's turn our attention to judicial matters now. The Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory High Court, Justice Ishaq Bello, has implored judicial officers to exhibit diligence, dedication and honesty in discharging their duties in order to win public confidence and trust for the judiciary. He stated this while inaugurating the FCT Election Petition Tribunal. Aliyu Tukru reports.
While it is the responsibility of the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct elections, it is the court's mandate to resolve disputes arising from the polls. To effectively carry out this function so that the judiciary will not be used as a tool to truncate the nation's democracy, the FCT Election Petition Tribunal that will look into litigations that may come up from the elections has been inaugurated. The Chief Judge of the FCT High Court urged members of the tribunal to shun corrupt practices and sustain the judiciary's effort to promote transparency and good governance.
They should be very much upright and show courage. They don't have to look over their shoulders before saying this is the position.
We are going to abide by our oath of allegiance and judicial oath that we have sworn to this afternoon, and believe in God that we'll be able to do to all manner of persons that will appear before us.
The tribunal consists of 6-member panel. In Abuja, Aliyu Tukuru, NTA News.
And the Supreme Court has fixed the 17th of May for judgment in a case instituted by the Cross River State government against the federal government, challenging the suspension of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onnoghen. This follows the hearing of argument by the two parties. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okewu has more.
Under Section 231 of the Nigerian Constitution, the Supreme Court, exercising its original jurisdiction, can determine a matter which did not necessarily pass through the lower courts. This matter is one of such. The Cross River State government is in the Supreme Court to seek the interpretation of Sections 4, 5, and 6 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which stipulates separation of powers of the three arms of government. It is also seeking the interpretation for Sections 153 and 158 of the Constitution, which talks about the duties and powers of the National Judicial Council as the sole body responsible to initiate disciplinary actions against judicial officers. But while putting forward the arguments before the court, Solicitor General of the Federation, Dayo Akpata, who represented the federal government, said that the Justice Onnoghen case does not fall into the areas where the Constitution allows the apex court exercise its original jurisdiction.
What we have done is to inform the court there's no dispute as well, that whatever has happened is personal to my lord, and they cannot invoke the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court.
But counsel to the Cross River State government held otherwise.
It is particularly targeted at the constitutional safeguards for the separation of powers as reserved in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, particularly with respect to the independence of the judiciary.
Being a constitutional dispute, the Supreme Court was composed of 7 justices led by Justice Bode Rhodes-Bible. In Abuja, Femi Okewu, NTA News.
In the meantime, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has sentenced retired Air Vice Marshal Tony Omei to 7 years imprisonment for receiving kickback from companies engaged in a contract with the Nigerian Air Force. Ali Chuku reports.
Retired Air Vice Marshal Tony Omei was arraigned by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on the 11th of November 2016. Along with his company for abuse of office and money laundering to the tune of more than 136 million naira. After several sittings where both the defense and prosecution presented witnesses, Justice Nnamdi Dingba, who ruled that having fully evaluated the evidence before the court, the money received by the defendant raised criminal abilities against him and did not believe the explanation given by the defendant. The trial judge found the defendant guilty on 3 counts and ordered forfeiture of 62 million naira to the federal government, being part of the money recovered from the retired Air Vice Marshal by the EFCC. Justice Dingba also ordered the winding up of the said company, which was listed as second defendant in the suit for being a vehicle of corruption. The defendant was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment on each of the 3-count charge, but they are to run concurrently. In Abuja, Aliu Tukur, NTA News.
And in Cross River State, the Court of Appeal in Calabar has ordered a stay of execution on the Federal High Court judgment which led to the delisting of Senator John Onwaneno as the gubernatorial flag bearer of the APC by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The ruling was delivered by the presiding judge, Court of Appeal, Calabar Division, Justice Moshid Awade. Justina Item has the report.
During the proceeding, Justice Owade ordered that the 2 parties maintain status quo pending the final judgments on the case. Counsel to Senator John Onwaneno, Ogbugo Ukoha, speaks on his understanding of the ruling.
The judgment of the Federal High Court has been stayed till the determination of the appeal before the Court of Appeal. In the interim, Senator John Onwaneno and Ntufam Ekbokon remain the candidates for the APC. That is very clear.
Counsel to Usani also comments on the ruling.
We are very satisfied with the ruling because it has not harmed anybody. It is a harmless interim measure. So we are satisfied. The major thing is at the hearing. So, and it is in the interest of justice that we expeditiously go into hearing of the matter.
The appellate court adjourned the case to Monday, 4th of March 2019 for hearing. It would be recalled that the Independent National Electoral Commission on Friday, 2nd of February 2019, had delisted names of all APC candidates earlier submitted for the general elections in Cross River State. In Calabar, Justina Item, NTA News.
Former Head of State Chief Ernest Shonekong has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari over his re-election in the just concluded presidential elections. Chief Shonekong extolled the sterling moral character of the president, praising his bold steps to restore Nigeria to its destined path of growth in his first term in office. Former Head of State reminded the president that generations of Nigerians yet unborn depend on him for the restoration of values that have been badly eroded by corruption and indiscipline. He prayed God to fortify President Buhari with wisdom to re-establish an enduring legacy during his second term in office. The Ministry of Defense has signed a public partnership agreement between the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria and a Turkish firm that will inject 4 billion naira to the nation's economy. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
The capacity of a nation's military in some quarters is defined by their ability to design and produce most of its requirements. to develop the nation's military in a bid to be self-reliant in the production of the needed soft and hardware. The federal government has signed different agreements with local and foreign companies. This is to provide the needed technical and financial support to ensure rapid industrialization.
The government is therefore committed to the task of establishing a functional military-industrial complex, which will provide indigenous support for adequate kitting and equipping of our armed forces.
This project will bring an immediate investment capital of 4 billion naira into our economy. And this 4 billion naira investment will be completely financed, the liquid cash, by Sue Corporate Way.
The Director General, Defense Industry Corporation of Nigeria, DICON, said the current reforms in the nation's business environment has transformed the corporation.
So we are in partnership with Sur Corporate Wares of Turkey to be able to produce military garments for not only the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, but as well as the security agencies. Apart from the provision of these clothing wares, we are going to jack up the docile textile industry.
The Ministry of Defense recently signed 4 similar contracts. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Our Lagos Network Center is standing by for more stories, and here is Ruth. Ruth?
Thank you, Joseph, and welcome to Lagos. Communities along the coastal areas of Nigeria are known for socio-economic activities like fishing, farming, diving, and transportation. However, the people's means of livelihood often suffer setbacks due to the perennial infestation of water hyacinth. The Port Novo Creek near Badagry is one area that has a long history of the aquatic plant, necessitating regular evacuation by the federal government. Paul Omokagu has a situation report from the creek.
This creek is an important trade route and link to a number of countries in the West African sub-region. Fishing, transportation, and commercial activities characterize this axis on a daily basis, and most times are hindered by the seasonal presence of water hyacinth, making navigation difficult. To check the growing menace of water hyacinth, National Inland Waterway Authority has embarked on extensive clearing of the creek, measuring 30 nautical miles.
Every area was blocked, totally blocked before we came in here. So we are taking them offshore. We have been here about 2 weeks ago. You see that everywhere is blocked, but now we have been able to clear it.
The removal of the weeds is an ongoing process to reduce the extensive environmental, social, and economic damage of water hyacinth to the nation's inland waterways.
So we have to position the harvester in such a way that we'll be able to target the water hyacinth and get them cleared, and getting to know the direction of flow.
Water hyacinth was first noticed in Nigeria along the Badagry Creek in 1984.
Getting this water hyacinth off the waterfront here at the Port Novo Creek is to enable smooth navigation of maritime facilities in this environment. In Lagos, Paul Omukago, NTA News.
MTN Foundation has launched an anti-substance abuse project, ASAP. It is a multi-agency initiative designed to sensitize Nigerians and significantly to reduce the high rate of drug abuse across the country. Amaka Owo reports.
Research shows that more than 14.4% of Nigerians between the age of 15 and 64 abuse drugs and other harmful substances. The Anti-Substance Abuse Initiative, ASAP, spearheaded by MTN Foundation, is expected to address challenges posed by drug abuse. The chairman of MTN Foundation, Prince Julius Adelusi Adeluyi, and other members of the board say the program will provide intervention to first-time users of addictive substances.
People are invited to partner with us who are ready with their time, with their talent, and with their treasure to go the whole hog with us.
If parents should have quality time with their children, the children will feel they are loved.
Help reduce and eliminate, hopefully,
the incidence of drug abuse in our country.
The Anti-Substance Abuse Initiative will be implemented in 6 states. They are Lagos, Kano, Rivers, Imo, Bauchi, and Abuja, the FCT. The first phase of the initiative, which is expected to last till June 2019, will involve a network of stakeholders.
The agency fights this scourge from 2 angles. From the supply suppression angle and then from the demand reduction angle.
Irrespective of the drug, whether cigarette, alcohol, whatever substance that it is, it has to be a gradual breakaway from such a thing.
A play titled Area Boy was used to further drive home the message of the day.
This has caused a lot of bad example amongst the youth.
In Lagos, Amaka Owu, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Lagos Network Center. Network News continues after this break. Don't go away.
But never mention the most important color. But never mention black. It uncovers the hidden details of nature. Brings out the richness in all colors. And reveals life. With self-lighting pixels, only OLED TVs make perfect black. And perfect black creates perfect color. LG OLED TV.
Team huddle. But we lost. Don't be tired, guys. This isn't a loss. It's a practice for winning.
Nothing makes a mother prouder than seeing her child growing up. But I know as he learns to lead, he'll face even more dirt, germs, and risk of illness.
That's why in changing seasons, you need strong Dettol protection. Because Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
Me, I am ready for the party. Oh yeah, I want to be smarter. I go really early, oh. I know your story. I go yaba to buy material. I go time my daily, yeah. I gonna say I don't care. If you see my daily, oh, it go on everybody. Let me do tielo. Let me do tielo.
3G is great. 4G is better. You don't know what you're missing till you experience it. Upgrade to a 4G device and SIM, SMS Get to 141 to enjoy double data on Nigeria's widest 4G network.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Can your milk do this?
Can your milk do this? Mine can.
With Hollandia evaporated milk, your ice cream, custards, and variations of beverages taste pleasantly different. Hollandia evaporated milk. Life tastes different.
From the House of Chi.
Introducing the new Nivea Dry Impact and Dry Comfort deodorants. Now with quick dry effect and longer lasting fragrance. Guaranteed to keep you feeling dry and fresh all day. Proven 48-hour protection and longer lasting fragrance with the new dry deodorants from Nivea.
What's up?
His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
When you wake up in the morning before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
We always start
start our day with a nourishing Kellogg's breakfast, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. So in our family, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I was so excited to sing in the choir.
And your shirts are always so white.
I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secrets passed down to me. It's Jik, of course. The original trusted bleach, which can be used all around your house for amazing results.
Shh, it's our little secret.
It's no secret. It's Jik's best ever extra whitening power. Just Jik it.
You're watching NTN Network News and we are back in Abuja. There is a marginal improvement of 0.46% in the latest results of the National Business Certificate examinations conducted by the National Business and Technical Examinations Board, NABTEP. The Registrar and Chief Executive of the board, Professor Ifeoma Isugo Abane, made this announcement during the release of the November-December 2018 results at their headquarters in Benin. Ifeoma Okafo has the details.
Having worked as an accredited observer of the recent presidential and National Assembly elections, Connected Development, a non-governmental organization, calls for...
Sorry about the mix there. It's just the wrong story that was rolled. But now let's just quickly take you to Ibadan, where Kemi Akinwande is standing by for a story or two. Kemi.
Joseph, good evening and welcome to Ibadan. Osun State Governor Boyega Oyetola is assuring residents of the state that their votes for President Muhammadu Buhari will take Nigeria to the next level. The governor gave the assurance when he joined a victory rally in Osogbo to rejoice the re-election of President Buhari for a second term in office. Correspondent Tokba Labi has more.
From the government house in Okefia, Osogbo, the Osun State capital, it was a celebration galore as the rally moved through major roads in the capital. Party faithful, led by Governor Boyega Oyetola, are all thanking the people of the state for the support given to APC.
I'm proud that Osun is one of those states that gave Muhammad the victory. I thank everybody, I thank all our people for this wonderful opportunity to have allowed us to use our votes to bring Muhammad Buhari back to the state of power.
We have been on the road to celebrate the victory. And as you also know, that by the nature of the result from Osun, Osun is one of the states that the APC won. Not only won the presidency, but we won convincingly in the National Assembly election.
The victory rally is to also urge the electorate, particularly in Osun, to continue to support and vote for all APC candidates in the coming March 9 poll. In Osogbo, Tope Alabi, NTA News.
That's all we can take from Ibadan. Let's quickly take another break now. Stay with us.
What's up?
His friends didn't come.
Hey, let's practice.
But you're going out.
Don't worry about me.
Nothing satisfies a mother more than seeing a child grow up. But I know as he sweats, he'll face the risk of germs which can cause skin irritation.
That's why you need the new best ever Dettol Cool. Its new advanced formulation with extra menthol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs and gives your family icy cool freshness.
Growing up needs Dettol protection.
Getting around heartburn and indigestion can be tricky if you eat too much. Eat food that is too spicy or greasy, or lie down after eating. Heartburn and indigestion could always be around the corner. When they come, be prepared with Gaviscon Double Action. It works within 3 minutes and lasts up to 8 hours. Gaviscon Double Action. Many causes, one solution.
When I was a little girl, I loved spending time with Mum and Grandma cleaning the house. I was so excited to sing in the choir.
And your shirts are always so white.
I knew what Mum's secret was. Today, I'm a modern woman that still trusts the secrets passed down to me. It's Jik, of course. the original trusted bleach, which can be used all around your house for amazing results.
Shh, it's our little secret.
It's no secret. It's Jik's best ever extra whitening power. Just Jik it.
Your perfect family is under threat by germs. Infectious diseases are now the world's biggest killer of adults and children. These infectious diseases are caused by germs. They are everywhere. An average human being comes in contact with over 1 million germs daily in unclean water, dirty surfaces, in the toilets, on cuts and wounds, on your clothes. Germs can cause deadly diseases like typhoid, diarrhea, flu, and cough. To protect your family from germs, use the power of Dettol's One Capful for surface cleaning in your bathing water, in your laundry water, for first aid to protect your family from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Introducing Dettol Antiseptic Liquid in Sachet for only 40 naira.
Endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association.
The re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari for a second term is an expression of trust and confidence the people of Nigeria have on him based on his antecedent for the growth and development of Nigeria. These were views of guests on NTA Current Affairs program, Moment for Thought.
And survival of the economy is fundamental. Two policies that has helped to instill confidence and the survivability of the people is the single treasury and the BVN.
The next level will be one of consolidation. It's still going to be one centered around arresting corruption, arresting terrorism now, which was before insurgency, and that of the economy.
And now let's quickly take you back to our earlier story in which we talked about NAPTEP releasing November and December results.
Professor Abanihe gave the analysis of the results that 29,274 candidates, representing 72.79% of the candidates that sat for the MBC NTC examination, obtained 5 credits and above, including English, language, and mathematics. A total of 36,867 candidates, representing 91.67%, scored 5 credits and above, with or without English, language, and mathematics.
These statistics, or this result, represents an improved performance. As you will agree with me, it's an improved performance over the previous year of 2017, November-December result.
In view of the need to achieve sustained increase in TVET and NAPTEP enrollments, the registrar gave some recommendations.
So this one and we close.
Carried out by all relevant stakeholders to educate youths to embrace technical and vocational education and training.
A total of 45,307 candidates enrolled for the examinations in 1,773 centers nationwide. Out of the total number of candidates that enrolled, 44,603 candidates sat for the examinations, comprising 40,219 MBC, NTC, and 4,384 for AMBC and ANTC examinations. In Benin, Ifoma Okafor, NTA News.
Governor Ibrahim Gaidam of Yobe State has congratulated President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and the All Progressives Congress family for the overwhelming victory recorded in last Saturday's presidential and National Assembly elections. A statement signed by the Director General of Press Affairs, Abdullahi Begu, says President Buhari's victory and election is a clear statement that Nigerians are on board with the policies and direction of the APC-led administration over the last 4 years and are confident that the President will take the country to the next level. And that does it on the news tonight. Thank you very much indeed for staying with us. I'm Joseph Johnson. Good night.